City success.
The Mike and Bob Show.
There's a cool story that we found out today here. It's, I'm just going to basically just read it to you. Young people crave boost to their self-esteem more than sex and money, according to a new study. Researchers at Ohio State University found that college students rated receiving compliments or doing well on tests above pleasurable activities such as sex, receiving a paycheck, seeing a friend, or eating their favorite food.
What?
Your what?
Their favorite food.
Oh. All right. So they don't like sex.
No,
They like self-esteem more.
They like sex and money and friends and food, but they want positivity over all that stuff. They want to be treated special and tell them that their hind is extra different from everybody else's.
That's right.
I don't know, man.
It's a very interesting study, I think.
I don't know if I can believe that. I mean, because I'm a guy. I mean, I love scoring. It's so much fun. It's what I probably think about most.
You know, funny you should say that. I actually got laid yesterday.
No.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about that is it's like no self-esteem. You have no self-esteem when it comes to getting
it was
laid.
the most awkward after sex conversation in the entire world.
No.
It was just weird. Like, I hadn't gotten laid in so long.
It was weird to have sex with your wife yesterday?
It was weird afterwards.
All right.
It was just kind of like, or you know what I mean? Because, like, I was feeling really horny all day yesterday. Like, I just was. I don't know what it was. I was just super horny all day yesterday.
Right.
And then I was sitting there, and before I went to counseling, Stephanie was like, hey, check this out. And I turned around, and she was, kind of pushing her boobs together, because boobs for my wife are very new. Stephanie's not very well endowed in her chest, I guess. She's not very busty.
Right.
But now she's got bigger boobs because she's breastfeeding. So
Yes.
so she was showing them off, and I was like, Dad, look, I said, those are awesome, by the way. And she said, yeah, thanks. I said, I like them too, you know.
So she wanted it.
No,
she needed it.
she was just being silly, I think. So I told her, I said, when Sophie takes a nap later, you and I are going to have sex. And she kind of giggled, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, well.
So I came home from counseling, and I was hanging out, and
Quite the C-Smith.
Stephanie said Sophie was actually sleeping on the couch, and Stephanie was like, I'm going to go take a shower. I said, okay, well, I'm going to jump in the shower with you while you're, doing it. She's like, she said, no, that's not a good idea. And I knew it wasn't going to happen because, our daughter's sleeping on the couch. I said, okay, cool. So then Sophie was on the couch, and then she started to kind of fuss at the end of her nap. So I put her in her swing. And if she's kind of waking up, if you put her in the swing, she'll fall back asleep. Okay. So I put Sophie in the swing, and Stephanie got out of the shower, and I just went back there, and I ravaged her hot body.
Yeah. Really? Did you really ravage it, or was it like...
Yeah, I just went right after her. Like, I went back there, and I started smooching on her, and I started, like,
you molested her?
Kissing her hard. No, I just went in and just made the move. Like, I made the move. I was the aggressive lion attacking the scalp. I just went right after her, and then I started smooching on her, and she's like, I haven't brushed my teeth today. I was like, I said, I don't care! And I started smooching on her further,
breath.
and then we had sex, and then afterwards, it was really kind of weird.
Now, let me ask you this. I don't want to get too private, but I will. So you make the move, a little bit of foreplay, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was a little foreplay,
Was it a quick process? I don't mean like, did you hold out a long time? I mean, was it like, we got to get this done?
It was a lot longer than I thought it would be. Because I thought,
you still rough up the suspect. So,
no, I thought it would be, because there was foreplay, but there was more foreplay than I anticipated, because I thought it would be like beat the clock. But then at the time, I was like, I don't care, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm just going to try to get the best of it while I can. But then, like I said, afterwards... It was really weird.
Did you satisfy your wife?
Oh, I don't think so. And I never do. But it was just a really awkward kind of experience. Like afterwards, it was like, wow, that
shouldn't be awkward.
That was cool.
That's your lovely wife, Bobby.
But we haven't done it in, probably 6-7 months.
Really?
Yeah, so it was kind of like, that was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
You haven't done it in 7 months, really?
It'd been quite some time. Yeah, maybe 7's a little long, but at least 6. It's been at least 6 months.
That's still a long time, General.
So it was one of those things where it's like, so how was that for you? Was it okay? And she was like, yeah, it was good. It was good. It was fun. And I was like, oh yeah, it was fun for me too. And then she was like, kind of hurt a little bit. I was like, what do you mean it hurt?
Of course it hurt.
She's like, well, my legs are sore because, I'm using muscles that I haven't used in so long. And I was like, yeah. It was just a weird experience.
I say that sometimes after I bowl or something along those lines. You're like, I haven't used these muscles. You know what I just complained about that? It's after I played Wii Bowling.
Yeah.
Marie got it for Christmas. I was playing Wii Bowling. I was like, my arm is killing me.
It was
and my wife was like, but you go to the gym all the time. I said, yes, but I'm using muscles I have not used in so long.
It was a weird experience. It was a weird experience.
I'm sorry, it was weird. It was
better.
fulfilling when it was going on.
Yeah, it was fun, but the aftermath was kind of strange.
Let me ask you this, friend.
I felt awkward about it for some reason.
Well, it's the first time you've had sex with your lovely wife in some time.
Yeah.
And for so long now, you just kind of
I feel like I bullied her into it. That's why I feel a little weird about it.
That's hot.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel it's not good. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel like I bullied my wife into sex.
From Different Strokes.
You're
the gooch and she's Arnold Jackson.
Because I told her it was going to happen, and then she kind of giggled it off, and then I just went for it, and then she kind of gave in, and then it was cool, and then afterwards I was just like, I felt kind of bad about that.
Did you get any of your flogging tools out of the dining room?
No, nothing like that at all.
None of that stuff?
No, I didn't have time. There's no time.
Oh. So it was straight sex?
No, there was a little more than that, but I mean, of course it's straight sex with my wife and I.
No,
involved.
I mean straightforward sex you had. You had straightforward sex.
Missionary.
There was a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of foreplay that went on for a lot longer than I thought it would.
That's
and then
good.
The actual sex was a lot longer than I thought it would be because, again, I'd been roughing up the suspect.
Right, so you've been in training.
Yeah, but it was, like I said, it was an awkward experience.
You know what? I kind of view it like this. You had a pop quiz. It was a pop quiz for her, essentially. You listen. You're always prepared. You're prepared for school, and all of a sudden, he says, "Hey, let's have." That's what she did. When she pressed her breasts together, right, her bosoms together for you to show you. She really wanted you. She was being silly, but she secretly wants you. It's hard to get back into it again.
No.
I got to tell you, after 6 weeks, I'm just going to throw my wife down.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, I'm going to throw her down. It's happening.
She's
getting thrown down.
It was a long time, and it felt, like I said, it felt awkward.
Pushing those giant pregnant breasts together.
So
thrown down. It's going to be awkward. I'm expecting it to be awkward.
Yeah, it was because you feel like a bully. Like you know what I mean? I told her,
your wife.
Bobby, you're turning me on.
I told her this was going to happen, and I just went in, and then she even like, "Mom, my breath smells." I haven't brushed my teeth, and I was like, "I don't care." And that's how it was. I don't care. Like I felt bad about it. Like afterwards, I just kind of felt uncomfortable.
Even before, even before the baby was born, when you guys were at it hot and heavy all the time for so long, and this, that, and the other thing. That's the excuse they use. I didn't go home. I haven't brushed my teeth yet today.
And normally that would scare somebody away.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't care, whatever.
You're a man on a mission.
You could literally have been chewing on poop before I walked in here.
Right.
And putting cigarettes out on your tongue. And I think I'd be okay with it.
Don't worry. I'll bury your head in the pillow so we don't have to smell anything.
It was just one of those things.
You're a man today.
Yeah, I did what I had to do. Because I was going nuts.
Bobby's a man.
You're a man. You took what you wanted, man.
No, I was uncomfortable.
You're a stallion.
No, it was uncomfortable.
No, you're not.
It was uncomfortable.
I'm saying you're not uncomfortable.
No, I'm saying it was a very uncomfortable experience.
You know what? We're not
sounds
uncomfortable.
Hot. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we should do the right thing.
It was weird.
Ben Kent, maybe it is uncomfortable. He said you essentially became Bobby Brown.
Yeah, kind of.
To her Whitney Houston.
I just took it. I mean, it was consensual, yes, but it was definitely, I bullied her.
If your wife's not giving it, you have to take it. Now I know what it feels like
when I have to do things with her. Like, now I know she's got this over me. Like, next time she wants to do something I don't want to do, it's like, well,
You got to do it.
I got to do it.
So you do it.
Yeah. It was cool. It was fun.
It sounds really hot.
It was cool.
It's a fun day.
It was fun.
Good for you.
It was fun.
Hey, maybe this will open what they call the floodgates, my friend.
I don't think so. I think this is, because the last time I had any sexual encounter with her before this was on my birthday.
Right.
So that was,
Was that awkward?
Not so much.
Oh.
Because it was it was a little more initiated by her. You know what I mean? Like there was there was the pressure of my birthday. Right. She's got to do something. It had been so long, blah, blah, blah. This was just like, okay, I'm just doing it.
You know what you need to do?
It's either you or a hole in the wall. And I was like, wow, that felt good.
And you could find the hole in the wall around every corner these days.
She even kind of, I was like, wow, that was cool. That felt cool. That was different. And she's like, yeah, it's a lot different than your hand. I was like, yeah, it kind of was. You know what I mean?
Oh, so she knows. She's on to you.
Of course. I mean, she's got to be. I mean, I'm a 33-year-old man that wants to score.
Yeah.
Everybody
wants to score.
I have no other options.
You just told a beautiful story.
It was fun.
You may think it's awkward, but it's a beautiful story. I think people could really go, You know what? Bobby just told something magical.
It was
because you're scoring again, and that's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to hear.
No. Scoring, it means
you scored.
Yeah, I scored.
You scored a goal.
I scored a goal. Yeah, thank you.
It's like
thank you.
We'll keep you. You can keep the puck.
I look at it like I was injured. Like I might have been. I was a great scorer, and then I had a devastating injury.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is my first goal
great
back.
Scorer, Bobby. Come on, that's saying a lot.
Hey, I was great.
All right.
I've never heard any complaints.
Now you're back.
Now I'm back. I was a great scorer, and I scored a lot of goals, and then I got hurt.
If I was the analyst talking about you, I would be like, hey, you looked comfortable. You looked comfortable in possession today.
Afterwards, right. Definitely awkward.
But he went back to the locker room with his teammates, and he's not used to these teammates anymore.
No,
he's got new teammates on his team. Different guys on his team.
Different guys.
And the baby's in the other room. Essentially, when you you got to have planned sex one night. You have to send her off to grandma's.
It's not going to happen.
Come home. Big night of sex.
It's not going to happen.
Up in lights. There's sex going on at this house.
I'm satisfied with what happened.
Well, I'm just saying, you in the future now, you got the spontaneous one.
It's got to be until Sophie's on like food because she doesn't eat from a bottle. So we can't send her anywhere for too long.
I'll tell you, I'm going to bring her over some Wendy's today. So you can get her used to it. Send her over to the grandma's house. There you go. That's beautiful. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm really happy for you today.
I was happy.
Should be. Don't feel awkward. You did all the right things. All the right things today.
I did what had to be done.
Absolutely.
But you don't have to necessarily. You did what had to be done, but you don't have to be proud of it. Is what I'm saying. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. That's where I am now. I did what was necessary, but you know what?
It's such a big. You know what? It's such a big story. I think the news is coming up at 9:00. 9:00 news. All the finest headlines in the world today. Manny Fresh might interview you for a news story after this. That's such big news.
Sounds compelling. This
Manny would just never air that tape though. Tell me what happened. Oh yeah.
Oh, Bob, say it again.
Manny, why do you have your hand in your pants? That's where my tape recorder is.
All the most beautiful stories.
Play over and over.
The Mike and Bob Show. Morning 6 to 10 a.m. on 96X.